Righty, boys and girls and everything in between.
Oh, I think the internet should know that I hate kids and coughed in my face on purpose at school last week.
I wasn't sure
she
where
was
that
trying
was
to get out
going.
of she was trying to get out of rehearsal by saying she didn't feel good, so she couldn't sing, and then started a big old argument with me for like 2 minutes about something. And I said, "You know what, Jasmine? For someone who's sick, you're talking a lot." And then she coughed in my face as recompense.
That's par
You
for
gotta
the
be careful
course,
with that
man.
one. You gotta be careful with that
You're
one.
talking a lot.
No, not even like that, but like, like little kid, like their tongue out cough, like that.
Ugh.
This is like a middle schooler. Like, this wasn't a child. Anyway,
They're
that's
the
my
worst.
story for the
Middle
internet.
schoolers are the
Yeah.
worst.
They're the ones that'll get you.
Fantastic.
Thank God she wasn't actually sick. She was just lying.
God. Just becomes like an outbreak.
Yeah, I went, ew, COVID, get away from me.
Just
Amazing.
pie facer, just
No.
Pretty much.
Stop it.
I like physically recoiled. I was like, ugh.
Well, speaking of physically recoiling,
Oh, that's a great segue.
yeah. What happened last time, guys?
Downtime.
We did some stuff.
See if I can make any sense of any of this.
I learned how to pick locks.
Yes.
What you did.
I failed a bunch of checks about research. And I met a druid man. No, he likes druids. I met a man.
I would say his name's Weed Eaton. Weed Eaton.
Ben showed a lot of emotion with Velvet and almost made me cry. Oh my god.
I definitely didn't cry. Definitely didn't tear up a lot.
It's all fine, guys. Nothing's wrong.
I definitely don't have a sketch of that in my Procreate right now. It's nothing. It's not going to hurt at all.
It's all okay.
So ready for that kind of pain.
It's fine.
Yvain had to be the bigger person for the both of us because I'm 5'6" and 5 kicks. Had a very mature conversation with Brooks.
Yes, you did. Went far better than I hoped. You said the right things. 100% good talker.
I mean, I went and I sent letters, which was probably good.
You got a list of names.
Oh, yep, I did that too.
I did all those things
right now.
I went and I talked to a cleric that Brimel Fiedi was a rabbit person. I don't know what is at the base of the Ashkeep Peaks on the border of the I can't read the end of that word jungle, but that seems important. And Belle was sad a lot. Also, Scylla and Belle started getting brunch so that we could talk about the things that he misses when he goes to bed early.
Also, everyone keeps telling you to have faith in yourself, and you're like, thanks.
No, I just need components.
No.
I just need to know what a sorcerer is, and I'll feel better.
So, yeah, you got that list of names, which I just sent you.
Yes. Amazing.
And yeah, you also, after having a very, deep and connecting conversation, received 2 letters. One being the official invite, magical invite, to the wedding of Tally and Porter, Scylla's friends, childhood friends, and the other being the latest invitation from Dr. Winter, the mysterious sponsor of your particular adventuring party, which still has yet to be named. Don't think I've forgotten that.
We've tried. We have had multiple conversations about this.
It goes great every time.
Well, one of these days I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna have an NPC ask. So, what are you all called?
Bells,
one of us
Hells.
is gonna blurt exactly.
I'm sorry, that one is already taken. But
Hell's bells.
that was about the 2 weeks of downtime that you had. Second, a little bit of housekeeping notes. I did notice that in all of the notes you guys sent me for what you wanted to do in downtime, you all mentioned buy wedding clothes, and yet none of you actually did that.
Correct.
We all
Absolutely correct.
So
That is 100% something that we did.
why
did
don't
that.
we start there? Kind of a little magic time, sometime within
Woo.
2 weeks. Sometime within that 2 weeks.
So that we had enough time for the clothes we made.
Exactly. You find yourselves all thinking, wow, we should probably get some clothes for the wedding.
Yeah. So we should probably get something to wear, right? For this whole thing that we're gonna go.
I mean, a
do.
lot of our clothes are covered in blood, so I feel like probably a good idea.
I mean, I guess that's fair.
I think that might be wedding etiquette. No blood on your clothes.
Okay. Yeah.
Granted, I've never been to one, so I could be wrong.
No, that's pretty standard. Yeah. If any of you ever need to get married, I'm certified in like 4 different places. People just kind of point at me and go, "You," and so, all right. Yvain, do you know where we buy fancy clothes here?
Does Yvain know where there would be fancy clothes shops?
Yes, you know of 1 or 2. You know of Fit So Good, which is it's so spelled SEW.
Naturally.
Which is
course.
a place near, let me see, where is it exactly? It's in Abadar's Promenade, so it's nearby. In fact, most of the stuff that you would be getting is nearby. It's a bit of a cheaper place, but not, it's a bit of a cheaper place. So you wouldn't find exactly super nice clothes there, but you find pretty affordable clothes there. Then there is the Jumping Sail Boutique, which is on more around the port. That is more of workman's chic, they call it. They basically, there's a bunch of hipsters in the Outwall district who bought a shop there and just started selling work clothes, but slightly altered to be uber fashionable. It's
Uber fashion.
It's a pop-up shop basically that has
Amazing.
stood the test of time for some reason since the last time you were here. And then lastly, there is close contact. Clothes contact. There we go. That is a very high-end shop. Again, in Abadar's Promenade. Very kind of small boutique, kind of focused on sort of dark, sleek, chic, kind of like think fantasy John Wick,
Amazing.
but a little less tactical.
Man, we can't get stuff made out of Kevlar. Damn.
So I convey all of this, and then I look at Scylla and I go, "How? How fancy is the dress code? Like, what are we going for here? Should we coordinate? Is there like a theme?"
I feel like they would warn me if there was a. They're not tacky like that to have a theme. I mean, how fancy would we be? I mean, we all grew up not having a lot of money, but then Tally is at the Solstice Academy, and Porter's only really a guard, so, or was he head guard now?
He was guard captain at this point.
There we go.
A captain of the guard is not the highest paid position or the highest position in the guards of Rexentrum, but pretty high
Where
up.
they're having their wedding though, money, shmoney. So like, I say we dress to the 10s, and then if it's 9s, we overprepared.
That seems like a good choice given how much we underprepare for everything else in our lives. So
There we go. We'll give ourselves one check mark.
yeah. So which one of those places that you've listed off seems like the right tone here? So
Maybe
that's a
the
question
last
directed at you most of all.
I'll go with whatever Yvain agrees. I've never been to any of these places.
Let's check out the super high end one then.
Great. Let's
do
do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's spend Ulfric's money on
All
clothes.
the money. Okay. So I guess we go to close contact then.
What was the second one that I named? I can't find it in my notes again, and I'm trying to search it. It was Fit So Good, Close Contact, and there was one in between that.
It was another pub.
It was the pop-up one that was like the
hipster one.
workmenswear stuff.
Yeah.
Right. Sale something. God damn it, Sale. Right, the Sale Soft Boutique. There. That's what it's called now.
Great.
Cool. Okay, so you're going to close contact, correct?
Fancy ho.
Yes.
Right. Well, you head down Abadar, down through Abadar's Promenade to a building set in the middle of a street. You see there are like probably like apartments or other businesses above it, but on the ground floor is a glass display wall, stretching about maybe 6 or 7 feet end to end, and in it are a set of jet black sets of clothes, suits, a dress, a very elegant gown, as well as a set of what looks to be formal armor. So there's that, and above the display window is a wooden sign with flowing golden script on it that says "Clothes Contact," with a little bow tie on the end. You head in the door and
Ding,
hear a
ding,
little
ding,
ding, ding, ding, ding. Exactly. Inside, it smells. It's dark, candle lit by sconces on the walls. It is a sort of plush interior. It smells of sort of whiskey, cigar smoke, and or like expensive liquor, cigar smoke, and leather. As you enter, you see several mannequins kind of standing around different sides and modeling different clothes. You also see a small team of tailors in the back, sort of working on one of these mannequins, as well as a gnome perched on a high stool at a desk, spectacles on his elongated hooked nose. He's sort of got he's kind of got the Doc Brown thing going, just bald on top, bunch of little bit of white frizz on the sides, and he just looks up. Oh, welcome to Close Contact. How may we be of service for you today?
We need wedding clothes. Clothes to go to a wedding of a good friend of ours far, far away. We heard you're the best in town. So here we are.
That is very true. However, we are the best clothing boutique in town, especially for fine threads of clothes. Because of our esteem, we do have a certain price point that must be adhered to, of course. Most of our sets run the cost of about 700 to 1,300 gold pieces per. If that seems amenable to your preferences, please, would you like to peruse, or is there something specific that you're looking for?
Okay, out of character, Alex only has 1,300 gold. That's like where she's at.
I mean, I've got 92, so
Oh, I feel like the hipsters are also going to charge super crazy charges.
probably.
Yeah, I've got a little over $1,000, so we might want to step out, y'all.
Yeah.
Um,
We're going to
People
think
look-
about it.
look for a second, and we'll grab you if we see something we want.
Of course, feel free to peruse. The complimentary champagne is on the table over here.
Lovely. Hard 10 minutes.
Yeah,
Just looking.
looking,
Like hard looking.
Glancing around.
Mhm.
As you guys are looking,
Good champagne flute.
As you guys are looking, any ideas for what you guys specifically are looking for each of you?
I just wrote down a whole paragraph.
Okay. Bell, let's
Mhm.
get your. I'm looking for general ideas here, and then we'll get full descriptions once we get everything all sorted.
Sure. So, general idea. I am thinking we do. What is the best way to describe this? Almost like a doublet kind of thing. Like high collar, long sleeves, like sharp shoulders, with a one shoulder cape off of it that comes down, connects to a belt, and shoots off into a little hip cape. Relatively baggy pants around the thighs, coming down around the knee to fit into a pair of knee highs.
Okay. Fancy page.
Yeah.
Fancy medieval page. Gotcha.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. Yvain.
there's
General
no way in
idea.
hell she would ever wear a dress. So probably like a really like tight slim fit tux, black pants, white jackets, and like some kind of formal cropped blouse.
Okay.
A little risque, a little sexy. Yeah.
Okay.
Just abs in the tux.
Just- Shoulder pads, absolutely. Scylla, general idea.
General idea is suit with no jacket. That's like the general idea. Then I have a lot of details.
Okay,
So
cool.
like
Suit
long
with no
sleeve,
jacket.
long sleeve, black button down vest and
Gotcha.
pants.
You all find very much like things that suit exactly, kind of exceeded your wishes for what you'd like in there. Scylla, you find every single piece you're looking for.
Do you think they're gonna like move at this time? Should we go someplace else, and then if we're like really desperate, we come back here?
I mean, yeah, we could play it coy. Just say like, "Oh, we're still thinking about
Still
it."
browsing.
Yes.
I mean, we could also just walk out the front door and not say anything to them at all.
That's true.
I leave stores all the time without saying goodbye to people. I'm gonna put that one out there for you.
No, I don't come to these
Dude.
places.
What kind of person does this?
Okay, you guys want to go check out the
Still
other
just
place?
walks out.
Yeah.
Guy just the gnome just does not even look up.
He knew.
We're covered in dirt and blood, so
Why do you think he mentioned the price?
yeah.
$700 for clothes. That seems absolutely ridiculous.
It's a high-end boutique.
I could buy new armor for that much.
What's the
Hey.
so place called again?
Fits so good.
It's so good. Let's head over there.
Go there, see what we get.
Are we going number 1 to number 3 and then no number 2?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. So you head to Fits So Good. Now Fits So Good it looks
Does it?
like it is it's on the outskirts of Abadar's Promenade, kind of near the military district, near the wall that separates separates them from the military district. And you can see it looks kind of like someone had a little house and then maybe converted it into a shop. And it's got a little like hanging like swinging sign outside the front door, just really simple letters, says "Fit So Good," and it's a little thatched cottage kind of feel. No gate or anything, just a small kind of like path that leads up to the front door, and a little sign on the front that says "Open, welcome in."
Hello.
As you head in, you see the front room of this house has been converted into a display room. There are significantly less mannequins. There are 2. One has a sort of what looks like a dark sort of sort of coat that turns into a robe. It's buttoned all the way up to the neck, but it kind of stops at the waist and then frills out into 2 long tails, almost like a shotgun coat. It's it's a dark blue. It's got this gorgeous kind of inlay stitching on it. It's beautiful. On the other is a very fabulous gown, kind of primped and propped up in purples and yellows. It's very bright, but beautiful. Obviously made with a lot of care. You see, there are. It's a cross between a boutique and what looks and like I want to say like a mall, like a clothing store at the mall. Like there are shelves of folded clothes that look like just kind of like repeats made out of the same kind of mold or brand or whatever. I can't think of the word right now. But there are also like what looks to be paintings and drawings of would look to be like customizable clothing and signs that have pricing for different kinds of projects and such. You see at the back there is a desk, and sitting at the desk is a plump human woman sitting, and she is currently just knitting. Just kind of she's got a book open on her desk, and she's just knitting. She looks up as the door kind of open and you walk inside. It smells in here like chamomile tea and ginger cookies, with a little bit of wood smoke as well.
I trust this woman.
Implicitly.
You walk in and she says, "Oh, hello, welcome in. Feel free to peruse if you have any questions. My name's Caitlin. It's my shop. Feel welcome to Fit So Good. Hopefully we can find something that fits you."
Do you have
That
anything
is
that
the
could
hope.
fit someone my size?
Oh, of course, darling. We got something for all sizes.
Awesome.
You
We
do
got a
custom
wedding.
stuff?
Yeah.
That wedding.
Oh, custom for wedding. Got it. Are we getting married or is this a guest thing?
Guest.
Right. Important distinction.
Mhm.
Right. Yes, we can do custom. I have a small team besides myself. What? And she pulls out a little piece of like pad of parchment paper and a pen. What exactly were you looking for? And you describe your outfits, and she kind of goes and draws and kind of like scribbles on the parchment paper. And when she turns it around to you, not only is there a price down at the bottom circled, there's also a sketch, a light kind of rough sketch of the outfit on a mannequin, on like a blank faced mannequin type thing. It's a very, very good drawing. And you all see your clothes well represented with a bit of artist interpretation, but the clothes you described are there. Scylla, one or two pieces are short, just because of complications.
It's okay. I'm about to ask her to make so many modifications.
Already
This
tell.
entire page.
Already tell. Yeah, one or two of those is going to be a no.
I'll go somewhere else for some of the complicated things.
Okay.
It's like
So
decor, not decor.
got you.
Accessories. That's gonna
Accessories.
be complicated.
Yeah, accessories are the complicated part. Belle, yours is running at, it was just like the doublet, the pants, and like some boots and stuff.
And like a and like a cape belt thing.
Got you. Belt cape thing. That would run you 210 gold.
Sure.
Yvain, for the white for the tuxedo with the crop and everything, that is going to run you I said 210 for you, yeah?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's going to run you 190. And Scylla, yours is going to be for the full shirt, vest, pants, socks and boots are all going to be tallied up to 254.
Okay. Could I pay you any extra to do some like fancy gold trim on either the shirt or the vest?
Oh,
You can do whatever design you want. I just think it looked cool if it like went down an arm or something, or like was part of the vest. On the bottom.
another 10 gold, and I think that should cover it.
Why don't we make it 20 and I trust you implicitly?
Okay, sounds very
Belle, I
good.
got you.
I like that. All right.
What was that total now?
What?
What was the total now? You said
40,
40
I said
and we added 20.
244, and I added. I'm saying 244, and then I added 10, so and then you added 20, so it was added plus 20, 264 for you.
I will give her 270 because I don't like math.
Okay, 270. All right. Are we?
Oh,
going
and
with...
Belle, how much do you need?
I need 18 more gold.
Okay, I'll give you 20. I'll give you 30, so it's just 300 off of mine.
Okay. So we're going
Okay.
with Fit So Good, huh?
Sure.
All right.
She seems competent and smells nice.
So, when? Oh, another thing I should probably ask. When will this need to be ready for? And
Somewhere
Well-
between 14 and 8 days from now. I'm not entirely sure what day it is.
oh
So
dear. I could have it done. I could have them done in. I could have them done in 14 if I push it.
Would more money help?
It's not really money that stops me at this point. It's energy and hands on the project. I'll have to get my daughters in on this one.
fair. Let's
All
Yeah.
right. All right. Well, thank you
say
very
in
much.
this ambiguous time, is that okay? Like, I don't know
Yeah.
where we are in the timeline. So
It's fine. It's fine. So, right. Well then, they will be ready on, and gives you a date and everything. So you guys come on back at the near the end of here of your time before you guys head out or plan to head out.
Ooh, can I go to one more place before we go? I need an accessory.
Of
I
course.
need 2 accessories.
Of course. What
I
accessory?
also kind of wanted to ask her a quick question. This could be at any point that we come back or while we're there. I was wondering, hold on just a second. She reaches into the bag of holding and she pulls out that coat that she has.
Ooh.
And she's like, do you recognize what brand this is or where this comes from? And
Fancy clothing, right. Right. Ah. So, sorry. Could you say that one more time?
This brand on the coat that I have here. Do you know where this comes from? If it's somewhere in town, if
Oh, let me take a look. Oh no. I don't. Oh no. Sorry. I, it's not one I recognize. I'm sorry. I'm
oh, it's fine.
not really well versed in the work of others. Unfortunately, I'm more focused on my own.
Ah, it's all right. Thank you.
Of course. You might ask other tailors around. They might recognize the trade. Anything else that needed to be mentioned to the seamstress? No?
No.
Excellent. All right. So you guys get your clothes. Now we are going. Now, do we want to wait till the wedding to break out like the full descriptions, or do we want to like?
Do we have like a trying on
Do a
fit,
little try
like a little
on.
fashion show?
A little try on at the Laughing Lamia?
Yeah, let's montage it.
I think that'd be
Alright.
funny.
Yeah.
All right, Belvin, you're walking out first, bud.
Naturally. Okay, so I mean, Mac, tell me the amount of leeway I get here. Great. So Bell comes out basically as described. He has this nice sort of almost dip dye doublet on. Goes from a softer, kind of more sky blue down to a much deeper sort of navy, and that color continues down through into the top of the pants, which eventually fades down into a black. The cape that comes off of his left shoulder flares out, follows the same pattern, comes down to his hip, and then spills out and away in a similar sort of dark navy down into black. Any amount of like accenting along sort of the center seam, the center buttons, is going to be made in colors that are very similar to the colors around them. So it's really subtle, and you'd have to get like right up on it in order to actually really see it. And actually, this outfit would be really where you see him wear the compass outside of his clothes instead of like tucked up underneath it. And so the sort of like dark leather case around the silver sort of like swings in front of the blue in the same sort of way that it would against like water on a lake or an ocean, sort of calling back to where he started.
It's very difficult to get a satisfying transitional ombre of colors on a small surface.
Mhm.
And Bell, you are a very small man.
Mhm.
So it is quite impressive how beautifully this seamstress has managed to blend the colors together in this outfit that she's made for you. You see the stitchings are just are the stitchings that are inlaid are just slightly darker than the color they are, so you really do have to get in, but they are nice and swirling, almost in sort of a fleur-de-lis kind of pattern. And it's wonderful. Boots are shiny, they fit, and it fits perfectly. Yvain, you knock out in more ways than one.
I would say that the shorter sort of crop blouse is like a deep violet, and then maybe she would have picked up some little matching cufflinks, and that the
Mhm.
inside of the jacket is like all black.
Very nice. Yeah, the tux top is it looks like it is sort of like it's cropped almost. It's like it's a full-on tuxedo tailcoat top, but without the obnoxious tails. It's just sort of cropped up at the bottom along, and it flows perfectly with the blouse that you've picked, that she made for you. The cufflinks that you got are a sort of like faux pinkish purple gem that just click beautifully. Scylla, let's see it.
Oh boy, you tell me how much my accessories I'm about to add were gonna cost me.
Okay.
But it's like a fitted black button down, like super fitted. I feel like she's gotten kind of jacked from all of the fighting she's done recently, just a little bit, like skinny person jacked, you know.
Yeah,
So
you got some cut. You got some cut to you.
so it's long sleeve and then a dark green vest and the. Where did she put the filigrees? The vest or is the shirt?
Filigrees are on the shirt, on the vest. Sorry.
Okay, so it kind of creeps up on from the bottom of the vest, kind of like in reminiscence to how her arms look, but in gold, and it goes the opposite direction, and she's wearing black pants that down the side is this green stripe that matches the vest, and then she has one of those gold chains in between the collars of her shirt, but they're little raven skulls, so it like sits there and then it swings around, and then gold cufflinks that match the thing on it. She's like black, green, and gold.
That's gonna be an extra like 75
You
gold.
tell me. You tell me. I don't care. I got money.
75
75. Got it.
for all the jewelry. It's hard to find gold raven skull necklace.
I'm assuming I had to have them made.
Yeah. But there is your you got your wedding clothes. So now the time kind of, again, we're going wibbly wobbly. Was there anything else that you guys wanted to get done in that downtime that you had before you left? You also, like, I assume this was kind of like just implied that you guys want Giles to get you guys tickets on a boat there. Okay, so that's something that's gonna have to be done, because unless you just want to imply that and move that along for expediency, it's up to you guys. But I remember, Yvain, I thought you wanted to have a conversation with Giles at some point. So
we don't have to do that. It's okay.
all right,
We can, but
it's up to you guys. Like, we are all good.
can I just make a roll to see if she finds a tailor who knows where what this
Sure,
coat is?
go ahead. Make an investigation check.
17.
17, okay. So you actually go back to clothes encounters, or sorry, clothes contact, and clothes encounters are the weird kind. And you bring that garment up to them, and the gnome up front kind of looks down and says, I'm sorry. I must say I don't recognize. And it's at that point that bursting through the back door comes a garishly dressed tiefling woman. She is sort of cobalt blue skin. She has long, sort of like gazelle horns that kind of go up incredibly long. Looks like she has not had them like trimmed or done in any way. They are pierced in several places. She is wearing a incredibly high collared dress, and that looks just like a queen's gown, and she's just bustling everywhere. And it's made of like golds and reds and pinks and whites and she is a sight. Her face is painted with makeup. She has these like large glasses on that look like they're basically bedazzled, but with probably real jewels. And she bursts through and knocks over a bunch of tailors that were working on something, and just looks around and goes, "Oh, what are you all doing laying around? Get back to work." And she bustles over. "Oh, Roderick, I need to ask you something. Has that last order come in yet? I need some new silks for my latest project." And you see the the gnome kind of, yes, my yes, seamstress Esmond, they came in this morning and are waiting for you in your office. It's at that point that the woman notices what he's holding, and looks down and says, "Oh my, where did you find this?" And sort of plucks it up with a dainty little finger and looks at it and sort of holds it up. Where did you get this, Roderick? She's not looking at you at all.
It's mine.
Oh, who are you?
I'm Yvain.
What are you doing here?
I was actually this was gifted to me, and I'm trying to figure out who made it.
Gifted?
Yes.
A
Well,
very expensive gift.
one sort of in a drinking contest. But I was wondering who made the coat?
Oh, the coat. Who you don't know who made it?
No, that's why I'm here.
What is this? Oh, my God, the people today are so uncultured. Is here? And she shows you a small, what looks to be just a divot in the stitching. You see that there? That is wild mount stitching, very specific style, and this brand here, and she points out the symbol that you were. This is of the oh yes, this is sold. This is the symbol of the tradesmen who sell outside of Kraghammer. They trade fine dresses and wares out by the dwarven city with the dwarven make. How did you come about this again?
Won it in a drinking contest.
Deception check.
I was hoping she would just be like, "Yeah, that's peasant behavior." Okay.
Okay.
Deception. Okay. That's about right too. She's gonna think I stole it.
She rolled a 3, so what's your plus? Oh no, it's plus 0.
No, it's just 2.
Oh, it's just 2. Okay. She goes, "I see. Well, it shouldn't be wasted on you, but I suppose I have no right to it." And she tosses it back to you.
I mean, she puts it on. It fits pretty well.
Just pretend for that one.
And she
Thank you
turns
for
up
your
her nose
time.
and
And she
storms away.
runs out.
The nerve of some peasants. Anywho.
Anyway.
So that's all the information you get there. Was there anything else that needed to be done during the 2 weeks of downtime? Is there anything that needs to be done before you guys leave? For your sake, you talk to Giles, and he is able to get you guys 4 tickets onto a ship of one of 3 ships that happen to be going. There is one that goes. Well, he gives you a choice of 3 ships. One is leaving. You guys figure out that there's only one ship that you guys can really feasibly travel on, and that would be the Sky Sail, captained by Captain Corliss Watt. And Giles says, Cross is a good, fairly good man. You'll be one of, you'll be a few of, gotta find his voice. Completely forgot that he had an accent. So, right. Captain Cross is a bit of a rough sort, but he's a nice guy. Once you get, under all the, the barnacles and stuff. He's an ex-sea captain who took to the skies when his ship was, well, I'll let him tell his story if he wants it. But I've got you 4 spots on his ship. There's going to be a few other passengers, but I don't foresee any huge problems. They are I got you a fair discount, but they are still going to cost something. For 4 tickets, I got it down to shit. It was 300 gold for 4. All the way to Wildmount, and you are going to have a layover for 2 days in Whitestone as well. So,
Are you coming with us?
oh me, why would I come with you? I have
Well, there's an extra ticket, so I just assumed you were. Unless you knew we wanted to bring our horses with us.
sorry. That was,
I mean, Scylla raises
You
a
can
good
come
point.
if you want.
Can we have the horses in that other spot?
225. I was Mac's brain was elsewhere.
Can we bring our horses? We're very attached to them.
God damn it.
Absolutely not. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
We're gonna
That's
have to
not
get
going to
Marguerite
happen.
and Branch a new home that we respect.
It's not going to happen. I'm so sorry. We'll find. You can ask. You can ask Matty if he could find places for them.
I'm sorry, Marguerite.
Or I mean,
That or we.
we
Oh,
could
I
talk
don't-
to. You could talk to Cross. You could ask him.
Sure, I'll ask him.
You might have a room. Oh God. Okay.
How much was the tickets?
225.
I got it.
Thank you.
You're going there because of me, anyways. Well, we were eventually. We were initially going there because of me.
All right.
Right, so
So-
it's that one over there.
Giles leads you up to the Cloud Top District and the Skyport, and it is higher than you have ever been. How's Belbin with heights? He's a very small man. How's he with heights?
Depends what you mean by heights, I feel like. Like, he's lifted a lot, like he's jumped out of windows and stuff. So like there's not a whole lot of like inherent fear there, but like the dizzying distance, that'll probably get to him.
Yeah. So the Cloud Top District is itself high up above the rest of Iman. It is not a place you've been to often, especially not near the top. And the Skyport is at the highest point. The Skyport itself is a teetering almost sort of construction, it's not rickety by any sense. It seems sturdy, but it swings in the air, just back and forth and back and forth. This giant, tall, immense structure shooting into the sky. And you Giles leads you onto a lift, and he pulls on a cord and start to going up. And he explains, so Captain Cross is, well, he can be a bit cross. So my advice is try to stay on his good side. If you mention the ocean, you're probably in for a story, or a lot of maybe tears. If he's been drinking, I would try to stay away from the subject of elven women. Has a bit of a prejudice, I think. I think maybe he had a past love affair that did not end well. I'm changing accents. It didn't end well for him, unfortunately. So that's that. That's that. Right, here we go. And you can see Giles himself as kind of a distracted individual. He's always kind of staring off into space and kind of just trails off his sentences. He kind of seems listless in a sense. He leads you to what looks like a ship, like a boat. It just looks like a large seafaring ship. However, unlike you look around and there's one other sky ship in the port. That other sky ship is very sleek. It's very it looks like it's built for the air. It is streamlined. It has the gate stones that are implanted in the bottoms of them that give them their lift and velocity are smoothly hewn and set, inlaid beautifully into the construction. It looks beautiful. Then there's the other ship. It looks like a giant hunk of boat that was broken in one place and then repaired with skyship parts. It basically looks like a skyship boat Frankenstein type of thing. There are gatestone thrusters on the bottoms, but they kind of look bolted on instead of kind of inset into the thing itself. There are tubes and wiring and sort of like cable, thick round copper cablings and pipes that kind of lead up, kind of crisscross and snake along the side of the boat, and lead up onto the deck. So Giles leads you up and says, kind of rings a bell next to the port where, or next to the tie where the ship is moored, and says, "Permission to come aboard, Captain." And there's a pause, and you hear a thunk, 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 as a large, I got no other word for it, but square orc kind of thumps up. If you need an image, think, what was his name? Arrow from Treasure Planet, but an orc. Just square-jawed, really just, looks like he's made out of rock, green rock. Blunted tusks that are kind of chipped and broken away in places jut over his lips. And you see he does indeed have an eye patch. He's wearing a dark blue coat and has a black hat perched on top of a salt and pepper kind of curly hair, head of hair. Seems to be going gray. He's got a long salt and pepper beard that kind of grows full force and kind of puffs out from his face. And he's got these black beady eye. There's one black beady eye that kind of peers out from bushy eyebrows, from underneath bushy eyebrows. And he peers over the side of the boat and says, "What do you want, Giles?" Giles kind of looks up at him and goes, "I'm sorry, Captain. I have one of the passengers for that I spoke to you about earlier." Right. One of the landlubbers wants to come aboard. Well, bring him aboard then. And he kind of thunks off. Right. Well, I'll leave the rest of this to you, I think.
Yeah, that's fine.
Right. I'll wait here, shall I?
Yeah, that'd be great. Okay.
There is a kind of precarious rope bridge type thing. It's basically a rope ladder that leads up to the ship that has two kind of like rope handholds lead up there. You head on up. Do you?
Mm-hmm.
I've met a lot of pirates. This man is a pirate. I just want everyone to know that. Like,
Are you guys with him, by the way?
We can be, yeah.
Are you? I mean, are we bringing just one person, or is Giles bringing all three of you?
I'm there.
Oh, you're
are
there.
we like negotiating our deal right now, or like, are we leaving?
You're asking if he can bring horses.
The horses.
Oh yeah, that's got to be on Bill.
Okay,
We're there
so
for moral support.
Belle and Yvain and Scylla, are you coming too?
Or
Or are you at the library?
I'm probably at the library. Let's be real.
Just snoring in a book, bored off your ass.
Mhm.
Okay, so yeah, you and I'm guessing you probably hop on Yvain's shoulders because it is a little difficult to traverse with your little legs.
Hold tight.
So up aboard, you do see this this guy. He is missing one leg and walks with a cane, or sort of like crutch type thing, and he's sitting on his on a stool or a seat on the main deck of the ship, and is just kind of sitting back with what looks to be a hunk of wood in one hand and a small carving knife in the other, and just kind of whittling away at the wood. So, Giles said you had something you want to talk about. What did it be?
Yeah. Captain, nice to meet you. Glad to be traveling with you here.
Captain Carlos Watt. Call me Cross. Captain Cross.
Captain Cross it is. Belvin Elderbury, this is my large friend, Yvain. Though I guess you two have that in common.
Large lasso yar.
We are obviously headed over to Wildmount. We are looking at arriving there and then promptly needing to travel more on foot again following that. And had heard that there might be some additional room within the cabin, the storage places on the ship, and we were hoping we'd be able to bring along some of our we'll call them animal friends. We've got a pair of horses that we need to get over there with us, so that we might be able to actually reach our ultimate destination. They're incredibly well behaved, and we've got actually a friend who's not here right. I thought she came, whatever, who can talk to them in like the fancy foresty kind of way, keep them in line, keep them well behaved and all that. Didn't know if there was any chance of that on your vessel here or not. This is the largest ship I've ever been on. Most of mine are lake faring as opposed to air or any other.
She used to be the sailing queen. Now she's the sky sail. My poor dear.
Might be poor, but didn't lose any of her elegance.
No, she didn't. She's the right piece of work surviving what she did.
I'd say, and then some. Honestly, I mean,
Yeah, I quite like it.
I grew up around a rather dense ship. Well, medium dense shipyard, and this is some nice craftsmanship.
Go ahead and make a charisma or like a. Let me see. What do I want you to do here?
In addition to trying to like win this guy over, this is one of those things where like you grow up around it and you have like
Performance.
a baked in sort of appreciation for whatever it is, even if it was never like really your thing.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna need
20 total.
20 total.
Yeah.
He seems to kind of like look you up and down and says, I could tell you have a bit of the salt in you,
Yeah,
but you don't have your sea legs yet.
No, not so much. My dad tried to break me into it, and he never quite got there. I was more of a walking over sailing kind of lad, but that's just me.
In almost an instant, he is off of his chair, he has swung his crutch and is kneeled down eye to eye with you. Do you fear the sea, son?
I mean, probably to a very healthy extent, yeah.
Aye, because you should. She be a terrifying mistress, but one of the most beautiful ye ever lay your eyes on. Anyhow,
I'm personally excited to see it
horses.
from.
And he kind of
I'm excited to see it from the sky. So
it's not quite as. It's not the same.
no, but if you like that,
Horses. You wanted to bring horses above my ship.
if we could, we've got 2 of them.
Persuasion check at advantage.
Boy. $19. Rolling the wrong direction dice.
He did you make it with advantage?
Yeah.
He thinks for a moment. For another salt dog. All right. But it'll be 6 silver a night for the entirety of the trip.
It's fine. More than fair. More than fair. We greatly appreciate you.
And that's per
What?
horse.
Yes. Naturally.
Right.
One more question for you. You wouldn't be interested in teaching a bit of navigation while we're out there, would you?
Bit of navigation.
Yeah.
Trying to learn your way around the seas or the skies.
I mean, I've got my dad's old compass here, and I know enough how to use it, but there's always room for more from someone who rather knows what they're doing.
We'll see what we can do.
Fair
Now,
enough. Only
off
if
with
it's not
you.
inconvenient.
I need to prepare for our journey.
Much
Thank
appreciated.
you.
What?
Oh, she said thank you.
Oh. He grunts and just.
Come on, Belle.
Up bees.
Was there anything left for you all to get done before you guys left? Last chance.
Yes.
This is the last time you're going to be Anamon for, next at least the next several weeks.
I guess like when we sort of get back down from the skyport, I'll set Belle down and be like, "You go ahead. I gotta talk to Giles for a second."
Okay, sounds good. I'll see you later. Gotta find some muffins anyway.
Giles kind of like leans up against the side of the lift. It's been a while, Evie.
Yeah, it has. Matty told me something. He's worried about you.
Oh God! Listen, tell him the drinking isn't that bad, okay? I have a bit of wine at night before bed, and that's nothing, okay?
I think it's more than that.
He kind of finds a seat and just kind of plops down.
Did something happen?
Not not exactly. I just one day I just started feeling like there wasn't really a point to it, you know? Like there wasn't really a reason for me to be here, to get up, to do anything. And I started kind of running away. And when I looked, to her for help, I didn't. She wasn't there. It, I went to my goddess for help in my darkest moment. She wasn't there. I felt none of the spark of life that I felt the first time I went into her temple. I felt none of the light that she shined through me. It was gone, like a night sky with no moon. I felt alone for the first time in my life. So I quit drinking and got this and left the temple, got a job, tried to just keep myself busy. I don't know.
I've been where you've been. Maybe not exactly the same, but I was so afraid of everyone after what happened with Ulfric. I wasn't sure who to trust. And even when I went back home, I still felt alone because I'd been away for so long. I felt alienated. I felt like I knew that they loved me, but not like they really understood. I couldn't really connect for a long time. And what I found is that when I finally started to just give little things a chance, saying yes to doing things with people in the tribe, just finally talking, it started to get better. But I think what you need is a big change. I saw the way that your face lit up when you talked about the Menagerie Coast with Scylla and travel, and you looked like your old self again for a minute. And I don't think that she's she's abandoned you. I think that you're going through a hard time and you're stuck in a rut and you need out. And I think that she might be using other people to give you what you need. And Yvain reaches into her pack and she pulls out her coin purse. And she hands him 500 gold.
Yvain, this is...
Go on vacation. Go travel. Shit, you might don't even come back here if you don't want to. Get the fuck out of here. You need this. Take it.
Make a persuasion check. With advantage. Because he wants to listen. Okay. He kind of just... You know, the ticket's only like 75 gold, right?
Yeah, but you gotta get out and do other things. I've never been able to really pay you and Matty back for taking me under your wing and making sure that I didn't get swept up in some kind of con or... I was just a kid.
Oh, we didn't protect you like we should have. I mean, look where you ended up.
You were still there. And now I can be there.
I always thought that her light was brightest on the horizon. The start of something new.
Yeah.
You see a bit of that old twinkle kind of pop back into his eye. I'll take 250, and that's it. I'm not taking another gold piece from you. I'm not taking another copper piece from you. Don't want your dirty blood money. He gives you a little punch on the shoulder. Thanks, Evie.
Don't think about it.
Promise me you'll get out of here.
This is
I promise. Right. Well, we should probably get back so you can be all ready to go. God, I gotta stop picking.
Yeah. Good.
yeah.
All right. I think that is a good place to pause for a few minutes. Take a little bio break. Be back here in like 5. Okie dokie. All righty. So, the day has finally come. You have all packed your things. You've all said, you know, whatever goodbyes that need to be said. Yvain, Lisette was really brave facing it. Was totally fine. Absolutely fine. Voice only cracked a few times. Yeah, big hugs. Giles promises that he's on his way. He's already got a ticket booked. Jesus Christ, what was that?
It was a ghost.
Something just fell over in the house. No idea what that was. Okay, well, everything's fine. I'm just the only one in the house. It's fine.
It was a ghost. It's okay. Just be nice.
Oh. The dog is like, I'm going near you after that. Oh, what is it, buddy? You good? You good?
Hey, buddy. Hello, I love you.
Bobby.
He is a big boy. All right.
Speaking of Lizette, did we get our earring back? Just
Oh yeah, I
double
need to
check
clarify
before
that.
we
Yes,
go to
I
a
got
different
Belvin's
Yes.
earring
continent.
back.
Yes, you got the earring back. Gosh. All right. But you all leave the Laughing Lamia for the final time and head all the way up to the Cloud Top District. Yvain and Scylla, this is the first time that either of you would have been up here. And oh boy, it is something to behold. The view itself of Iman is incredible, but it stretches on beyond that. It's a very clear day, barely a cloud in the sky. And you can see for miles and miles of just endless plains and forests. And you can see off in the distance the beginnings of a distant mountain range. It's gorgeous. And Giles brings you up on the lift to the very top, and you both see the sky sail in all its Frankensteinian glory. You all meet Captain Cross, who is Captain Cross. Very obviously who he is. You get a rough tour of the ship. It is a standard like seafaring vessel that has been outfitted to fly as a skyship. And you're each given, or not you're each given, you're given a bunk room with 2 bunks in it, top and bottom, as well as there's a galley. There are storage down below where your horses are being kept, and they have quite enough hay and feed for the trip. Now we said this was a 2-week journey by skyship. The first week is going to be between Iman and Whitestone. So during that first week, I would like
Oh,
I
no.
would like someone for
Who's
Alex,
gonna
you're
roll a
first.
dragon?
Alex, you're first. Alex, you're
Always-
first.
It's always me.
This is for
What am I rolling?
this is for the first like leg of the trip, the first 2 to 3 days. So I would like you to roll
Percentile or
a
D20?
Roll for dragon, Alex.
percentile, D100.
Percentile? Okay.
Yep.
95.
95. Okay. All right. So the first 2 days are relatively uninspiring. Belle, I'd like you to make a make a survival check for me. Okay.
19.
You seem to be picking up the navigation pretty well. Here and there, Captain Cross gives you a pointer here and there, and saying, "Oh, you see that star up there, and when the wind blows this way, and you can always tell that the sun rises east and the west, and all that stuff." And you're picking it up pretty well, I'd say.
Great.
I'd say to the point where you might be able to add a +1 to your survival at the end of this trip if you continue with these checks.
Sure. Sure.
As you guys are trekking through on the 3rd day, you rolled a 95, yes. I'd like you all to roll perception checks for me.
Oh boy. It's a dragon.
Who's a dragon? Perception. Jesus. 18.
21.
17.
Rolling so well.
What was that? 18, 18, 21?
17.
17, 18, 17, 21. Okay, so actually, all of you around the same time begin to hear a rumbling in the distance. Like I said, it's been
Alex.
relatively clear the past few days. But as you begin to hear this rumbling, you kind of look around and you see over in the distance a bank of pretty relatively thick clouds starting to move in. And it looks like Cross has been steering you guys pretty much dead into the center of it. It's a wide base of clouds. And the three of you, so like where would you all be at this point? It's like the third day around midday.
I'd say Scylla's probably out on the
Um,
deck, only because I feel like the inner deck is probably gonna freak her out a little bit, maybe.
Enclosed spaces.
Yeah, you know.
Hold on, I'll tell you in just a second.
Oh no.
This
Are
is
you
just for my
looking at
this is for
ship
my
parts?
own entertainment. Okay, she's fine. I wanted to see if she got airsick. So she's just chilling. She's looking over the deck, looking at the clouds, just enjoying everything.
Classic. Bell.
I'll be up by the cat.
Okay.
You can be pointing at stuff for me. Also, I never see anything, so I have to assume that I have to be in an aggressively obvious spot to notice things.
Right. So you all begin hearing this kind of rumbling. As you move into this thick cloud bank, the rumbling begins to get louder. And at this point, you're fully in this thick bank of clouds. And if you've ever flown like in an airplane through a very dense cloud bank, it's just like it's distant but right there in front of you at the same time. All like everything is incredibly distant vistas of mountain ranges of large clouds and everything, but also at the same point you feel like you feel like you could just reach out and grab some of it. And you actually kind of can because it's all open. Louder and louder, and realize, and this rumbling grows, and as you grow closer to what you feel like it must be the source, as it gets louder, it begins to kind of almost sound like words, not any language. Well, what languages do you all speak?
Oh boy.
Halfling and common.
Okay.
Celestial, Common, Druidic, Infernal, Zemnian.
Celestial, Common, Dwarvish, and Giant.
Okay. Sorry, Yvain, what was your...
Celestial, Common, Dwarvish, and Giant.
You do understand this
Oh,
language.
fuck me.
Okay.
God.
A
Shit.
rumbling voice
Oh no.
speaking in Giant.
Yep.
The voice as thunderous as a thundercloud is speaking in long elongated incantations. As the ship kind of crests past a bank of clouds, you see the source of the sound. An immense humanoid figure is sitting, almost reclining on the cloud bank, and it seems like their figure is almost made up of more of these clouds, but somehow is more solid. And you see this, what you would assume, Yvain, you've heard legend of them, but you've never seen one, a cloud giant laying in the clouds here, speaking in an incantation, and he has his hand, they have their hand up, and his whole, and above his hand, floating, is what looks like another cloud, but it doesn't look like any cloud you've seen. It is in a perfect cubic shape, a perfect cube with flat sides and hard right angles. You all see this. And as he speaks, he twists his hand and glyphs flash up on the sides of this cloud, of this like cubic cloud, and you see what looks to be like lightning strikes happening inside it, and the cloud like loses all shape and then quickly reforms, now in a pyramid that spins gently. And what would you all like to do?
I think we stay very quiet.
So this cloud giant is essentially the incantation. Is he just changing the shape of the cloud? That's just all he's doing?
Well, you do speak giant, so yes, that is basically the vibe you get from what he's saying.
Huh.
He's someone he's playing with a fidget toy.
In giant, she'll be like, "Well met. That's cool."
You see, you hear the incantation stop, and the pyramid stops spinning in his hand, above his hand. But as he kind of looks over, make a oh god, what was it? It's a friendly check. Make a persuasion check, I guess.
Persuasion, charisma.
At advantage because you did it in giant.
Yvain.
Okay, 18. He
Fucking stop it, Yvain.
You see a smile kind of crease his cloud-like lips, and he responds in giant. Well met, little sister. In the thunderous voice, and he kind of just leans back and continues messing with his little thing.
It's okay. He's just chilling.
Let's go quickly so he can decide not be chilling at any moment.
Bell,
What does that mean? Yeah, can we?
Captain Cross kind of leans down to you. Does your friend often converse with the giant folk?
I mean, I'm going to be honest. Most people are giant folk to me, so.
Honestly, that makes a lot of sense, right? Well, potentially helpful in the realm of the cloud giants. Well, that is the first leg of your journey. Who is rolling for the second leg?
I'll do it.
Now, with this one, it's not going to be a D100. This one is going to be a D20.
Okay. Is my audio caught up or no?
Yes, it is.
Okay, cool. 3.
Okie dokie.
Yeah.
All right. I'd like you to roll 1d4, please.
Amazing. 4. It's going perfectly. No problems.
Okay. So, now, one more d20.
Boy. 5. Amazing.
Okay, so
3, 4, 5.
Good.
So, here is how it goes. So this is about like 2 days later. It's in the evening. Actually, here, all of you roll just a d20 for me, and just tell me what you get. 4.
2.
Get a 3, Yvain. Get a 3.
9.
Okay, Belvin. You had to wait. You woke up in the middle of the night. You had to pee. You had to pee
Yeah.
real bad.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And as you were kind of walking back to your quarters, you are grasped by the urge to go up on deck and just check the stars, just see if you can kind of implement any of the knowledge you've gained. Go ahead and make a as you reach the top of the deck, go ahead and make a survival check, +1.
20 total then.
20 total. You see you are headed in a northeastern direction, which is right on course with where you should be headed. And you feel pretty confident that you could probably do this either on sea or on land.
Cool. I'll look a little bit right of the bow of the ship and go, "Hey, Ma, be back soon."
As you look down there, you see a small, strange kind of like streak in the air, a dark kind of streak that seems to be swirling through the air down below you.
Like in a circle below us, or like
Sort of a
just with us?
spiraling motion.
Hmm. Who's driving the ship right now?
Currently, it is the first mate, Heather Barkley. Oak is her ship name.
Oak. Oh,
Hi, little one.
question for you. What's this here swirly bit?
I can't really leave the wheel here, kiddo.
Yeah, okay. I'll describe it in great detail then. There is a swirly dark streak in the sky below us that's spirally and seems unusual.
Well, I'm not quite sure what that could be. It could be any number of things, but I'd maybe get down below, or at least prepare for something bad.
Hey, do I need to like wake someone up, or just go?
Well, it depends on how bad it is.
Okay, just start yelling if something bad's happening.
At this point, you start to begin to hear a noise from down below the ship that is getting slowly louder.
Giant birds. I'm too small for this, and I'm going to
Swooping
run.
over the sides of the ship are not giant birds, but 4 swarms of ravens, all swooping and flying around the deck. I would like you to roll an initiative, my friend.
Oh boy.
And both of you, I would like you both to make perception checks for me
12.
at disadvantage. Apologies.
9.
A 3 and a 2. Amazing.
first
We're
of all,
doing so good.
First one was
Amazing.
performance, but I get it. So yeah, you are conked out, Yvain. Totally sleeping. Not a thought in your mind. Scylla, you
Sweet,
rolled
sweet.
what?
9.
9. Yep, passed out. Absolute nothing in your head. Okay. Do. They got a 2. What's their initiative? Okay. So they got a 4 for initiative. So Belle, you're up first.
Right. Great. Cool.
You are just
Um,
like surrounded by a swarm of flapping and beaks and talons all snapping at you. They're not giant, but they are big.
yeah, don't love that. I suppose I need to get out of here as fast as possible. So I will yeah, I will quicken sanctuary on myself and then dash back towards the not here.
Gotcha. Okay. So, what's your that's double speed, yeah?
Yep, so 50 feet.
50
I'm a baby legs.
little baby legs. Okay, you are going to take 4 attacks of opportunity.
That's okay.
from-
They have to make wisdom saving throws before they can do them.
Right, you are. God, I wish I could find my dice, but I don't have any dice. All right. Fine. Do. Okay. Wisdom save.
Wisdom save 15.
Is a fail on one of them. Fail on the first one. Oh, what's the save?
15.
Okay, second one succeeds, so they are going to make an attack.
I mean, I have an armor
And,
class of 12, so you know.
Yeah. Storm can occupy another creature's space. Um, plus 4. 2d6. Okay. So that's a 19 to hit.
Yeah.
Okay, rolling 2d4. 5 points of damage.
5 points of damage.
And so this is the third save.
Mhm.
17.
Saves.
Okay. To hit. This is what was it again? Plus 4. So that is a 9 to hit. Misses.
That actually misses.
And last one to save.
Mhm.
5 does not save.
Great.
Okay, so you take 5 points of damage.
Okay.
And you basically dive into the lower deck into like the stairway to the lower deck.
And if I can be, I will dive through and I'll go birds, 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 birds.
Okay, Yvain and Scylla, go ahead and make a perception check at disadvantage.
Birds.
Also, I'm dumb. Sanctuary is a bonus action, so I don't need to quicken it.
Okay.
Where's my d20?
Yvain.
Yvain
Come
is
on.
23!
Okay, Scylla, you
No,
bolt up.
excuse me. I don't. No, I don't. It was at disadvantage. It's 8. I got
So
excited
you're-
because I saw the 17.
You roll over because people are being loud outside.
I don't
Okay,
like
it
it.
is the board's turn. They are going to pelt the
They
door.
work for the bourgeoisie.
They're just gonna. Oh wait, no. 2 of them are actually going to attack the driver.
Yeah, I was worried about that.
So that hits. She takes 5 points of damage. That misses. And 2 of them pelt the door. Ooh,
can
nat
do it,
20 on one of
Burbs.
them.
Ow.
Okay, so
I'm really hoping the door is stronger than a bird. Just
you just hear
personally.
a bunch of like as you hear a bunch of tiny bodies slam up against the door.
You hear nightmare noises, is what he's saying.
Basically, yeah. Tiny
Okay.
flesh sack hit the door.
That is their turn. What would you like to do?
I am going to go fuck. Oh, that's right. Slap my hand to the side of my head and just go as loud as I can into the earring.
Okay. Yvain, make a perception check. Scylla, make a con save.
Oh my god.
a druid's most valuable skill, a con save.
10.
Okay.
20.
Your alarm clock is going off, Yvain, and Scylla, you manage to take the earring off before you sustain any kind of damage to your eardrums.
Amazing.
Well, fuck.
Did we get woken up?
Scylla, roll
Did I get
initiative.
woken? Wait, can I roll to see if I freak out from being suddenly woken up?
Sure.
Roll for freak out.
12. Did I freak out?
No, you're good.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, Yvain and Scylla roll initiative. Yvain roll at disadvantage.
Okay.
'Cause
Wait,
you're
I
so
have
sleepy.
advantage on initiative, so it's just a straight roll.
Straight roll. Straight roll.
Hell
'cause you're
yeah.
So sleepy.
Oh shit. Whoops. Well,
Do ones
rolled
count on
7.
initiative?
Huh?
Do ones
8.
count on initiative?
Yes.
It's a 3 technically,
Okay, so okay.
but it's a 1.
Okay, so you go third.
Right here.
They
Actually, no, it's still where you're at. You're
he
at
rolled a
third and
3
they're-
too. So actually, what's your dex?
Rollies. My
What's your
dex
dex?
is 14.
Fuck rollies.
Rollies.
Incredible.
6.
Natural 20. Fuck. All right.
We wasted it. We wasted it.
All right. So you're going before the Ravens. So it is Bell. It is still your turn. Scylla, you are up. Oh wait, no. What'd you get? You get an 8. So you got Bell. You got like what, a 19?
Initiative? Yeah, it was 16.
16. Yeah. So Bell, you're up first. Then Yvain. Then Scylla. Then Boards.
Okay. You tell me how much action economy I have left after screaming into my head.
Free action. Talking's a free action.
Great, sounds good. Scale of we'll call it, I don't know, 1 to 20. That seems like a good scale to use in this game. How readily does it seem like they're gonna blow this door down on me?
I'd say maybe you have about, if they continue like they're doing without stopping,
Mm-hmm.
5 minutes.
Oh, that's significantly longer than I thought it was gonna be. Okay. That adjusts the plan a little bit.
Yeah, they're birds, and it's a heavy wooden door.
Well, yeah. Okay. In that case, let's actually
They're going at it. Like,
yeah. For sure.
For sure.
We will instead
Jesus.
run down, like start running away from the door, further down into the belly of the ship, and just like beat on any doors we're running past, yelling, "Bird! Bird! Bird!"
okay,
That seems like
So
a
you're
good
waking up the
solution
ship.
right
Gotcha.
now.
All right. Yvain, you're up.
Do I hear Belvin shouting bird?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, grab the scythe, run out, see Bell. Oh, what the fucking
Birds!
birds? What?
Birds!
Oh, fuck. I mean, does it seem like they're gonna get through the door?
In about 4 minutes.
Fuck. Okay. Oh shit. Yes. All right. I'm gonna reach into the bag of holding and pull out the horde of blasting.
Yes.
Oh god, what the, how do I use that? Hold on. Clickety clack.
Just blast the door open.
You can
I
use
need
an
to remind
action.
everyone we're on a ship in the sky. I feel like it's pretty
Listen,
great.
Okay.
figured I need someone to take up more space in the door than my tiny ass body could.
All right. Yeah. So she's going to try to, as quickly and swiftly as possible, throw open the door wall, blasting the horn at the birds at the same time.
Okay, I'll allow that. It's a pretty simple thing to kick open a door and then blow a horn. Okay, so what is that? Is that a save or is that an attack roll?
Each creature in the cone must make a DC 15 Constitution saving throw.
Con saves. Oh, great. They're super good at those.
Barbs.
So 2 con saves, a 6 and a 4. Yeah, no, they fail. Both fail.
Sweet. They take 5d6 thunder damage. Okay.
Christ.
Ooh,
All right,
let's roll all of it.
Roll 5.
17 points.
Wow. All right, so 17 points of damage. Yeah, you knock about 75% of the birds to the deck. They are like severely fucked up after that.
Okay. Oh, hold on. Each use of the horn's magic has a 20% chance of causing the horn to explode. So I gotta
Roll
roll.
100.
We've been rolling really good tonight too.
Oh god.
You have to roll below 25%. You have to roll below 25 to make it explode. Sorry, above 90, above 75.
35.
Okay, you're good.
And yeah, I think that's my turn.
Okay, yeah. So cool. There are about like, let's say there was a swarm of, let's say there were like 24 ravens in each swarm. There's about 7 left in 2 of them. All right. Is that your turn? Cool. Scylla, you're up.
Are they still like Scylla just sticks her head out the door and she's like, how many of them are still clumped up? Like,
There are like 2 swarms that are kind of like pushed back on the deck, but they're still kind of like. There are also 2 more swarms that have gone up to the like upper deck to assault the driver of the ship.
do I have any recollection that they're up there attacking the driver of the ship?
No idea.
Um,
All you see when you look out the window are about like 14 birds swarming, and a bunch of other ones that just fell to the deck dead.
I'll aim at whatever space that I can fit the most in a 10-foot radius sphere, and I'll cast Wither and Bloom at 3rd level on them.
You could fit all of them within 10 feet.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Hit it up. That's a DC 14 con save. Hitting them with them con saves.
14 con saves. They are so good at these. Okay, 15 for one, and 12 for another.
So, 10 points of damage for the ones that failed, 5 points for the ones that passed.
Okay, so one of them you knock out like 7 birds, just and 1 swarm is down. The other one has about 2 left, just kind of like circling each other.
Okay, and then I guess Scylla will run out and she will cast Shillelagh
Is that a bonus
as a
action?
bonus action. Yeah, just
Alright.
on her staff.
That's your turn.
And just be ready.
Okay. That one last swarm with the 2 ravens left is gonna try to attack you.
Will they make a Constitution saving throw?
Oh, they have to make a con save first?
I always forget how this works. Let me look.
Yeah, Wither and Bloom, hit me.
No, not Wither and Bloom, because they're moving into my space.
Oh, did you leave
My space.
Did you release the spores? I thought that was an action to do that.
I can use the action to make it worse, but the spores always exist.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's just one creature though, that moves into a space within 10 feet of you. So one of them has to make a DC 14 saving throw.
Well, it's not 2 creatures. It's technically 1 creature. It's a medium.
Okay.
Oh, it's a medium swarm of tiny beasts, actually. So it doesn't really have an effect. Does it?
Well, because like the spores are all
How
around
would you
me.
roll
So
that? How would you rule this? Would you rule this as 1 creature or it says in the description a swarm of tiny beasts?
Yeah, so swarm rules usually operate as the swarm being a single creature.
So then,
Okay.
okay.
The tiny beast is flavor, and it allows them to like morph and stuff like that.
Copy
but-
that. Copy that. All right. So a con save. Oh, did we lose Alex?
I think yes, it's a concept, but yes, we lost Alex.
Damn it! I hate having yes to both those questions. All right. Well, time to kick them from the call.
Ah,
Oh, there. Oh, Jesus. Fast forward.
Underneath the router. Like, how is it?
There we go. Okay. So con save. Boop. 14.
That meets it.
That meets it, beats it. Okay.
Yeah.
So they are going to attack you.
Okay.
They rolled to attack with a 7 plus 4 to hit. That's a 11.
Unlike my companions, I actually have an armor class.
Right. Okay.
So
they
no.
miss.
eat shit, Scylla.
So they miss.
No armor for life.
The other two are going to take 2 attacks. Are going to take attack. 16 that hits. 14 that also hits. So that's 4d4. She takes 8 points of damage.
8 points.
Okay. Belbin, it is your turn again.
Feeling that I have effectively roused people who can actually deal with the situation better than I can, because I just set explosions off usually. I will turn around and begin to make my way back up to the main deck, in the hopes that things will be mostly died down by the time I get there.
It's you have tiny little legs, so it'll take your
Oh,
action
yeah.
to get up there.
Oh yeah, that's fine. That's totally fine. I am actually not gonna use my action. I'm gonna move my normal speed, and then I'm going to go ahead and start patting at all of the tiny little beak holes that I have in my body now, and cast Cure Wounds on myself.
Okay. All right.
And that'll be my turn.
All right,
Billa,
cool.
billa, billa.
Bima.
Beama,
All right.
beama.
Yvain, you're up.
Awesome. I'm gonna try to hit a crow with my scythe.
Go whack some bird.
Go whack a bird.
Whack a bird.
Whack a
Whack a
bird.
bird.
Da-na-na-na. Sorry, actions. There we go. Hit.
Schwangin.
Yeah, 25.
It's which one are you swinging at? Are you going for like the ones that Scylla's been fucking up, or are you going for the ones attacking the first mate?
The ones attacking the first mate.
Okay, so yeah, 25 hits.
Dun, womp, 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 womp. 14 damage.
Oh, wowzers. Okay, so one of them.
And then I'll attack again.
Are you attacking the same one or a different one?
The same one. And 15?
Hits.
Sweet. 11 damage.
The final birds just scatter and fly away of the last one of that swarm. You've completely dismantled that. You are 2 swarms down. 2 and like 2/3 swarms. Is that your turn?
Yep.
Okay. Hilla, it's your turn.
It's my turn.
Yes, your
Can I see the first mate being attacked now that I'm
you can see
outside?
the first mate being attacked and Yvain wrecking it. Now that she's
Oh, am I being attacked? I'm being attacked.
You're currently being attacked by like the remaining couple of. Yes, you do that. You have a tiny little swarm on you that is like on its last legs.
Yeah, I'll let Yvain do it. I'll swing at the birdies attacking me. What's my plus?
Don't forget you have Shillelagh cast.
Yes. Yeah. 9.
Misses.
Yeah.
They're birds. They're hard to hit. Just
Does the person seem hurt? Like really hurt?
she's kind of tanking it. She's trying to tank it because she can't really fight back. She has to control the ship.
I'll throw her a healing word.
Okay.
It's a
She
bonus
appreciates that.
action. And she gets back 7 points of healing.
Beautiful. Is that your turn?
Yeah.
Okay. That last swarm up by Yvain is gonna attack you, Yvain, with an 8. Misses. Don't laugh. And 15. Does that hit Scylla?
No.
Okay. They are not doing anything. They're gonna make an intelligence check. Because they're so smart.
Expertly dodging birds.
A 14. They book it out of there. They know they ain't winning this fight. Yeah. So the remaining
Goodbye.
birds take off. More of an annoyance than anything. Belle, you trot out onto the deck.
Good work, everybody. Seems like that got handled. Oh, you need a little you're doing all right. Yeah,
Who are you talking to?
Oak.
Oak. Oh, she's kind of like bleeding from. She's pretty muscled up as a as who she is, but she's like kind of bleeding from a couple of poke wounds and scratches, and she's kind of like her hair's kind of all fucked up. She's like, I had better days. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, that's fair. Here, let me just don't punch me, please. And I will tap her with a cure wounds.
Oh,
She'll get 12 back.
that's much better. Thank you.
Sure thing.
Feel like I can actually go for the rest of my shift now.
That's probably good. Because I feel like we'd see Captain Cross's nickname come through if we'd have to wake him up. So
Right, glad you didn't.
yeah. Who would run screaming through the belly of the ship with anything like that? That'd be insane. Anyway, good night.
As you're walking down, as you're walking down to the main deck of the ship, you pass by Yvain and Scylla, who are both looking frazzled, barely awake, with weapons drawn.
Hi guys.
What just happened?
Birds.
Can I make a nature check? Is it normal for birds to just do that?
Go ahead.
$18.
I mean, you guys are in the sky. It's kind of their area.
We're
And
just
this
in their
is-
territory.
You're
You just
kind of
ran into like a
going
flock.
through
They're
their
like, "Fuck you."
territory, dude. You're kind of just like, they're birds, and they're also carnivorous. So like, or omnivorous, I should say. They're also omnivorous birds, so they saw potential for food.
Fucking crows. She just marches off back to bed pissed.
Kicking a raven. As you see Yvain kind of like try to boot a raven off the edge of the ship. You see the raven kind of soar through the air and then kind of come to a halt as it reaches the crest of the ship. And you kind of like are confused, and you look back and you see Yvain is frozen in the act of booting the bird. Scylla is frozen in a sleepy kind of chuckle. You look all around you. The entire world around you is completely stopped. And there is a sort of almost like grayish film over the world.
Stella. Bird.
You see swooping in a large white feathered bird, some feathers dotted here and there with a rainbow, polka dotted, slight rainbow feathers here and there, as the funfetti rock alights on the deck of the ship next to you. And you see on the saddle on the back the very small, sort of long, pointed, fey-looking individual who stands on the saddle and unfurls a scroll. A union is a joyous thing, and your creator got a ring. So then I thought, and now I've brought for you a similar thing. And he tosses you a small cloth, what looks to be like a sack of some sort, and you catch it, and it's like it's a small piece of cloth with a leather tie around it, and you pull the tie, and the cloth opens, and inside is a small silver ring with a pearl inset on it. And
Thank you.
you also realize it's less of a cloth and more of a sort of a piece of old worn parchment paper.
Okay.
And
Um,
this is what you see on it. As you kind of process this, the individual on the rock re-rolls his scroll, tucks it back in his flashy tunic, tips his cap to you, and the rock takes off and soars out into the night sky. And as you kind of watch it fly away, you blink and it's gone. And the raven that Yvain kicked flies over the edge as Yvain clomps grumpily down back downstairs. And you still hold in your hand the scrap of parchment and the ring.
Bill, I don't think I like birds.
You know, some of them are not fun. I'm not gonna lie.
I need you to understand that I'm like 85% sure I'm awake right now. Did you see the big fucking bird or no?
Are you okay?
The big fucking bird with the tiny man on the back.
Did he tell you a weird poem?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought I was hallucinating that.
So you've seen the
Maybe
big
we
scary
both-
bird?
I
You
saw
threw
him a
this-
long time ago, like
you
back
threw this
with
at me.
Torg. Is it something
Okay.
cool? I got the cool thing from him. It's
I
where
mean,
my
I got
staff
this
came
ring.
from.
I
Do you
thought
know
just
what it
broke that off a
does?
tree.
In a specific shape of a hand. It's a creepy tree.
Scylla, there's so many things about you that just don't make a whole lot of sense to me that I just kind of
It's
assumed that.
Very valid, yes. Does the ring look cool? I don't know.
I mean,
This staff does scary things, so maybe yours does scary things.
I really hope not, because I'd prefer not to like die just for having this. I'll hold it up.
As
doesn't
you kind of
explode,
like
so-
take a look at it, you feel it kind of almost speak to you in a sense. You just feel a magic kind of essence kind of soak into you, and you realize, and you kind of begin to understand what this ring does. It is a ring of spell storing.
Ooh. Ooh. Okay. This seems like a stupid fucking idea, but I'm gonna do it anyway, probably. No, you know what? We're gonna wait on that one because this is a terrible idea. Nope, nope. Scylla, do you want to do a bad idea with me right now?
Always.
Okay. I need you to like hold on to me, like behind me, hold on to my shoulders, make sure I don't fly away.
Okay. She,
Okay,
like,
sounds
puts
good.
him in a headlock, essentially.
Less of that. Thank you. And I'll hold
Just
the ring
getting
up.
a strong
Wrestling's
grip.
wore off on Scylla.
I'll hold the ring up a little bit, like hook my finger through it, and then point my other finger at it, and I'll shoot a fireball at it from like point blank.
He says it. I'm like, I did not agree to this.
Okay. Now you've cast Fireball before.
Yeah.
It is a small bolt of energy that then explodes.
Uh-huh.
What you see is as you're holding the ring in your finger, you see that small bolt just kind of leave your finger and immediately get sucked up into the ring.
Belvin, you need to stop randomly casting fireball. Oh my god.
What? It didn't die. Or we didn't die.
I feel like she chokes him just a little bit. Just a little unnecessarily
you,
too hard
thank
before she
you.
lets him go.
You
I don't really know
fucker.
I don't really know what to do with that now, but okay. That felt like it was a good idea, even though it was a really bad idea, I'm sure. Okay. I think it's time for bed. Yep.
Time.
I think it's time for bed. And then I'll turn on my heel and walk towards the door again. And as I go, kind of like pull the piece of paper up in front of me, glance at it, fold it again, and put it in my pocket.
Okay. Scylla, perception check. Belvin, sleight of hand check if you're trying to hide it.
No, I saw nothing. It was 1. I saw
Okay.
nothing.
I got an 11.
My eyes were closed.
Yeah. Scylla, you're tired. All right.
I'm tired.
The
Bell just almost
last-
shot you out of the sky.
For the last leg of the journey, whoever has not rolled yet,
Erica.
D100.
Before Erica rolls, I have a question
Shoot.
about something I didn't think about.
Shoot.
We're in the sky.
Yeah.
There's nothing natural around us right now. There's nothing
Correct.
for what
That
am I
is a
doing?
Very good point. What have you been
What am I doing?
What have you been
In
doing?
the drama that is Scylla, I feel like she's just holding it in again, just not telling anybody. And if she has her own room, I feel like she's slowly like just ruining all the furniture
The
that's in there.
room is you don't have your own room. You're sharing a room with Yvain and Belle.
Then I'm just in constant pain at all times. And like maybe like that's a bad idea.
It's
I don't
been-
have
It's
I don't
been
have
now
flight
5
yet.
days. It's been 5 days that you've been on the ship.
I would like destroy the ship though. Like she's so scared it would like spread.
You got crow carcasses.
I was gonna say, we got
guess?
carcasses.
Make an intelligence check.
It's just not doing good today, guys. That's that's a 6. We're not doing well. We're not doing well.
You're stressing.
Yeah.
You think like maybe they have some like fruit?
I feel like, do they have like a table? I feel like I just slowly start stealing chairs, and I'm like, oh man, so weird.
Okay,
These
so what
chairs
are you,
keep
so okay,
disappearing.
you got to make a Decilla, Alex, a decision, Alex.
The Scylla decision is she's gonna suffer in pain until something bad happens. That's the Scylla decision.
Okay. So she has not been expelling for at the end of every day.
I think she's just so worried that it's like everything's wood. It's gonna all like.
Okay. It has been 5 days. I would like you to make a Constitution save for me.
12.
12. Oof. Okay. You take a point of exhaustion,
Okay, that's great. Perfect. Cool.
and that is currently all, but you are in constant discomfort at this point.
Mhm,
And
yeah.
Yvain, make it like a perception or an insight or something.
Go ahead and make an insight check. Scylla, make a deception check if you're trying to hide
Okay.
it. If you're trying to
Probably.
hide it.
Probably.
Okay.
Dog shit. Also, I'm convinced it's Yvain because I played as my old lady goblin and she rolled so goddamn well. It's Yvain.
You got lucky though, because I got a 4. So
Oh, okay. So yeah, you definitely notice Scylla is in a lot of discomfort.
This is so ironic because I have a migraine right now.
Oh,
Oh, buddy.
Scylla,
Yeah, last one.
mm-mm.
have you been doing your thing?
All right, go.
Where would I do it?
I don't know. Maybe they've got some
Right on-
oranges
on the
or
shoulder and
like
yeah,
those
and then-
birds we killed.
Well, the birds are. I'm assuming they're already gone. They got swept off the deck almost immediately.
you could have probably saved them if you had thought of this at that point. Like, I'm
See-
assuming this is all happening on the night of the birds because this is like kind of like when you're, all hyper vigilant and aware.
I mean, it could solve a problem for now, but it's not a permanent solution. It's also been 5 days anyway, so.
So you want me to go get you a bird?
I'm not sure. What I'm more worried about is now that it's been so long, I don't think one is going to do it. It's like a building thing, Oh god, that's not good. No.
What you're worried that you're like gonna get the whole ship?
A little bit.
Full- Scylla, I just realized what it was. It's full body cramps. It's
Mm.
the
Mhm.
worst. It's the worst cramps you've ever gotten, but it's all over your body, and it's not your muscles, and it's not your tendons. It's like your skin is cramped.
Oh, I don't feel good. I do not feel good.
So the alternative, like I can tell that she's in pain. So the alternative is that you sit here and suffer?
To protect everyone, yes.
What if I got like all of the birds? And can you do it just like a little bit? Or
No, I don't really have a whole lot of. I feel like this is a recurring theme, Yvain. I don't have a whole lot of control over the scary, terrifying monster that is inside of me.
how much longer do we have on this journey?
Pretty much, we did it.
Your layover in Whitestone is in 2 days. You have 2 more days before your layover in Whitestone,
I forgot we had a liver. Oh, thank God.
and then it's another week on the ship.
Okay, Siva. Your options are to release it on the birds and just, hope that the structural damage it's probably fine. Or you try to hang on for 2 days. What if you can't hang on for 2 days and it just gets worse?
Great questions. All. I don't know.
Okay, fuck this. I'm gonna go gather the bird carcasses and bring them down to the room.
Okay. So you gather about 20 bird carcasses. Got about 20 dead ravens.
Taking them out of the bag of holding. This is really
Splashing wakes Bell up on the top bunk. Fuck! Birds! Birds! Birds!
Sorry. Belle, it's okay. I'm just trying to give Scylla something to do her crazy thing with.
Okay.
Remember the thing we talked about, like day
Yep,
2 of Brunt? Yep. Mhm.
Just birds. Hang on. Birds. Anyway,
I feel like at this point, like Scylla's like was probably found sitting in a corner, like arms around her legs, just like sitting in a corner. And I feel like when Yvain comes and brings the ravens, she's like rubbing the charm on her on her cloak, and she's like, "This feels very wrong in so many ways, but that feels like it's a theme recently." And she would like very fearfully release it onto the ravens, like in the most like hesitant way possible.
It's like opening a bottle of soda that you know someone is shaken up.
Mhm.
Or it's like it's almost more akin to opening a bottle of Coke that someone had tossed a Mento into.
Even worse.
You start to kind of like shakily let it, and it spurts out in little jolts, and then it just breaks like a dam busting through, and the decay flows through the corpses and creeps up and crawls along the flesh and matter. And before it felt like have you ever had, oh god, I don't know if any of you could are going to know this feeling. When I had to have surgery when I was like 16 to drain a bunch of fluid out of my chest cavity because I had like pneumonia, and the tube was in there for a long time. The feeling that the tube was in there for like a week and a half, and I didn't really feel it. But when they took it out, it was one of the weirdest feelings. It was something like it was a pressure that I didn't realize was there until it was gone. Have any of you ever experienced anything like that? So, because it's something like that. It was like that's how it usually feels. It doesn't usually hurt. It doesn't hurt, but it's like a pressure. It's like a relieving of pressure that you almost didn't feel. This hurts. This hurts. And it just goes and goes and goes. And usually, the thing will decay. Whatever you release it into will decay a little bit, grow a couple of spores. When you're finished, you are on your knees, panting, sweat dripping from your face, hands shaking, and with nothing but a pile of composted earth and ash before you.
I feel like she just like curls up into a little ball and just like lies there.
Yvain kind of rushes up to her and rubs her back.
There's a quiet moment of you two, of the three of you, just kind of holding that space together.
Did I notice the raven that she was fiddling with?
Yeah, you did.
Huh. Do I know about the Raven Queen at all?
You're familiar with the Raven Queen. However, her symbol is a pretty specific one, and some people who just have a raven around do follow the Raven Queen, but this is not a Raven Queen specific symbol.
Okay.
But yes, you are aware of the Raven Queen.
Okay. Scylla, we got to make sure that you have something every day. We'll work it out.
It's funny. It's not funny. It's actually quite the opposite of funny. But we were doing such good in Iman, and we were honestly, besides all of the trauma, we were having a good time, and momentarily let me feel normal. And I guess that made me forget that I was not. And it passed my mind to not prepare for anything while we were up here.
I'm not chastising you. I'm not blaming you. I just planning for the future.
Yes. Not to be morbid, but I wonder if there's a way to like contain it. Like I would release it into something and it would contain itself, and then we can poke someone with it, and it'll hurt way more than me just poking someone once a day. Just a thought, just a murder thought. It's fine. Normal things to be having. Silica goes back into a circle on the floor.
Dungeon Master makes a note.
They're that crazy man in Whitestone that makes things.
I think Yvain would go grab, like, if there's a blanket or a pillow or something, and just kind of tuck it under her head and cover her up on the floor.
Well, unless there's anything else, the night progresses, and yeah, Scylla, you wake up the next day with a point of exhaustion.
Yeah.
But you feel much better. Exhausted, but better. Yvain, or Erica, more like, I would like you to roll a D100, please.
What?
The last leg of the trip.
88.
88. Ooh, okay. So, as you are flying, as you are soaring through the sky on these last 2 days, you begin a sort of slow descent towards the ground. And as you do, the ground, you've been flying over land this entire time. And it was a new experience for all of you, seeing the continent from above. It was incredible how small it made you feel, but also how small everything else felt in comparison to you. You felt like you could just reach out and pick up like some of the largest buildings you'd ever seen and just hold it in your hand. I would like you all to make a perception check for me, please.
Fine.
Okay.
18.
Okay.
19.
So Yvain and Scylla, it is kind of nearing the end of the like 6th day, and you're closer to the ground than ever. About like maybe maybe like 15, 17,000 feet up. You and Yvain, you and Scylla are sitting out in the deck in the near the end of the day, having one of your before bed talks while Bell is stuffing his face. And the two of you are kind of leaning on the side and looking over. And Yvain, you're the first to notice what looks to be a valley down below. Green, verdant fields, but the valley looks strange, and you can't quite place what it is. And you point it out to Scylla, and Scylla, you see it too, and you notice it too. There's a strange. It's like there's green fields that go along and then go down into a valley, but at one point where it looks like there should be a valley, there's just a chunk of what looks like a green wall I would like you both to make insight checks for me. And Scylla, I would like you to make a nature check as well.
7 insight, 9 nature. God, we're feeling really fucking bad today.
4 insight.
Okay. You can see as you move along, the chunk of green that seems to be filling this valley is actually a tendril of greenish mist that seems to be kind of trying to snake out from what looks to be a forest that meets the valley and trying to kind of snake down into the valley. But there's something that is stopping it short about halfway through. Can't really tell what it is. Scylla, there's something druidic about this. Is there anything you guys would like to do as you guys are passing by?
What kind of weird fuck shit is that? Have you seen that before?
Yeah. It's giving me weird druid vibes, but I cannot place my finger on it.
Huh. I don't know.
I assume avoid it. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys move along, and the rest of the day, night, and evening goes on uninterrupted. The next day comes, and by evening time, you hear Captain Cross calling out from his position at the helm. All right, you landlubbers. We're making in for port here. Touchdown in 30 minutes. We all have rooms in the local tavern. Layover will be 1 day, 24 hours. If you're not back on the ship in 24 hours, we leave without you.
I feel like as they get closer to being like to dock, maybe like 10 minutes to back to dock, Scylla just gets this really weird urge, and she just kind of smiles at the both of them really weirdly, and she just goes, Racia, and she jumps off the side of the ship
Oh
and polymorphs into a giant owl and falls down. But she does let herself fall down a significant amount to freak the fuck out of them.
Vane is freaking the fuck out.
I'm making a save for okay, natural 20. The captain sees you go over and goes, I trust that one.
For like,
There's some sort of flip as she's going off.
I think for a split second, Vane forgets that you can turn into shit. So there's like 5 seconds of pure panic, and then she's like, "Wait a minute."
Well, Scylla, you soar.
Belle, you're muted.
Yeah,
Yep.
you're muted.
By the time I make it to the edge, to be able to see down, it's just a bird, and I go, bird, bird, Bane, bird, Godzilla, bird.
The bird starts circling around Belle's head a little bit.
Well, Scylla, as you soar over the city of Whitestone, your owl wings flapping about Belle's head, we are going to end our session there for the night. Another fantastic session, you guys. You guys beat up some birds and had some bird trauma for Belle.
Just so many birds.
It's all gonna be bird-related bosses now, Belle. You've done this to
Forever.
yourself.
Forever. Listen, okay?
The BBEG is now just a giant pigeon.
Listen.
New York pigeon, too.
Belle grew up by a forest. He's seen like falcons dive in and get little creature guys. I don't need to be a little creature guy that gets got.
Is there a giant falcon somewhere that could pick up Belbin-sized people?
Almost
No, but
definitely.
there are Aarakocras.
That's
I need to
true.
get a fucking like bird jacket like you put on tiny dogs.
Bunch of spikes on it.
Belle goes punk rock.
Oh Oh my god. All right, gang. Well, I'm going to end the recording there. So everyone say bye, YouTube.
Bye.
Ah.